What's up, y'all? It's your boy P Mello. We back in it one time for the one time. Got your boy Trey Day in here. Y'all know what it is. We got another special guest. What's your name?
JESSME.
Got the lovely JESSME in the building. What's up, JESSME?
You got some music out? You do music?
Yes. Just recently came out with a single with Marvin Acosta with DJ International Records. They recently relaunched the record label. So just came out with that single with Marvin Acosta. It's more of like a house track. It's super catchy. It's called Dopamine. Recently,
check that out.
Yeah, it's JESSME Music. You can check it out, as well as Marvin Acosta Music on Instagram. You can check them out as well. But yeah, I've just really been in the studio, been writing, been producing, been DJing. So it's been
been
really
working.
great. I've been working. I've been grinding. That's for sure. And now on your guys' podcast, No Filter. So this is awesome. This is exciting. This is cool.
For sure. Give us a little bit of insight. How long you been doing music?
Well, I've been singing since I was young. It's probably a little girl, but really recording since I was about 17, 18. I actually, first single I ever did was with Dre. He was actually, I guess you could call him my manager. I had just gotten out of high school, so we got introduced through a mutual friend of ours at the time. They were like living right across from one another. And so she had heard me sing, and she's like, I know the perfect person. He's my neighbor. And she connected us. And then from there, he had his own little at-home studio. And we just started writing and collabing, and
went from there.
I definitely learned a lot of things. Definitely came a long way from recording in the closet.
Yeah, in the closet studios, man. But listen, them closet studios back in the day used to work. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I made it work for sure.
Yeah, it used to work, 100%.
But it's so crazy when I think back to it. So there was a point when we were brainstorming so many ideas of just the album and the direction that we wanted to go. But he was like, we got to think of an artist name for you. Mm-hmm. And he was like, and an album name. So I misunderstood, and nobody knows this. Nobody knows this, right? So this is the first time that I'm saying this.
The world
is about to hear the truth of how I got my artist name. So originally, it was JESSME, but it was supposed to be for my album. That was the name that was supposed to be for my album. It was JESSME. But I thought he meant my artist name. So then from there, I had some music that we had recorded. He would never let me promote it or put it out yet. I was so impatient. I went behind his back, and I went on YouTube and I created a little
it was like a little video. Yeah. That shit was raw,
picture of myself in my room, and I put it.
That shit worked though. I'm not gonna lie.
I made it work. D did not want me to post anything, and I'm on Facebook hey, this is my new single. This is JESSME, In the Wind. Check it out. Produced by Dre Day. And I'm like, hey, Dre, when can I finally drop the song? He's like, you ain't dropping shit. He was like, you need to wait. There's so many things we got to get in order. But I did it anyways. And then about a week later, it was almost at 3,000 views. And I told him, he's like, wait a minute, you did what? And I was like, yeah, it's popping off.
No. I wasn't really mad. I just wanted her to understand the process of how to release a record properly. Yeah. So a motherfucker don't really fuck over or steal the record, because that was my whole thing back then. I had worked with so many different people, and that was the main thing. You give a person a snippet of a record, and I was with people that used to be like, I record that and go back and re-record the whole shit, remake it. Yeah. And a lot of people was getting fucked over like that. A lot of people were sending out demo records with snippets, and damn, bro, the motherfucker just stole my whole idea. I saw that a lot. So I was like, damn, if that could happen to people that's in the industry that's at a high level, I definitely know they'd do this to somebody like us. Definitely. And it's not hard. It's not hard at all. Mm-hmm. But I think that needed to be done, because I think without her doing that, I probably never would have released a lot of shit, and I probably wouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying, starting to get out that shell of keeping everything enclosed. Sometimes people got to do that. And I'm shit, she know that. At first I was like, nah, but over time it's damn, I'm glad that record was out. I'm glad we have something to reference back and go to and all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the thing is, JESSME was supposed to be the name of the album. She put that down as her name as an artist.
Right.
So we ended up running with that, and to this day, that's her name.
That's what I'm known as, JESSME.
That's dope.
Yeah.
We got some unreleased shit, and I think once we transition to this new facility, we'll have a lot of more availability to kind of finalize a lot of things and all that. So I think that'll help. And we got some shit that we can still drop, release. We got some.
We have a lot of
shit.
music.
I ain't gonna lie. Like back in the day, the problem was I didn't want to release it. Now I'm like, I really want to release it. We just really got to finish this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Finish the track.
Yeah, because we like almost done. We like 80% done with like 4 different records, and it's it's kind of.
It be like that sometimes though, man. But then it's like after you do that, you gotta shoot some footage to it.
I think that'll come. I think once these records just get
They saying if you release a
dropped
song
and
these
released,
days,
I think that's it's gonna start a fire that eventually that the visual I think will
it's gonna have to.
yeah it'll come naturally. I think there's gonna be a videographer that might reach out once they hear the record. We might get to pick through some people and be like, you know what, that's the right person for the record. Because I think a lot of times with her, if I'm not mistaken, like she has visuals behind her shit. Like mentally, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, absolutely you're right.
You still got one that need to be recorded, right?
I got a couple of them.
You got I'm saying, motherfucker ready to film this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. But it's crazy when I really look back. It's had I not really taken that initiative to really gone behind your back and post it, it also wouldn't have opened the doors that it did for me, because even through that I started doing videos like on YouTube, and around that time is when YouTube started to become more of like a newer platform.
Right.
And so I had people like local artists and producers in Chicago that would reach out to me just even from that one video that I had posted. And they were like, hey, like I have this artist, like for example, like Demise, his manager at the time. Yeah, shout out to Demise. And his manager had reached out to me and they're like, hey, like we're looking for a female artist. We love your look. Right. And this is basically like our portfolio and what we've done with like Lil Wayne. They've done stuff with the Bulls, Paint the Town Red, Wiz Khalifa.
They gave you a great opportunity to work with. If I'm not mistaken, Elf did y'all visual for that, right? Rivera, I think.
Who?
He did y'all, Elf Rivera, the one who works with 50 Cent and Power. I'm pretty sure he shot you and Demise's visual. For
our music video?
Yeah. Who shot your visual?
So there was a couple, but if it's the one I'm thinking of, it wasn't for my single, it was for his, and I believe he did.
Yeah, it was for his, but you were featured on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what's
and
up.
So the videographer they used was the same dude that films and works exclusively for 50 Cent now. So you know what I'm saying? Y'all probably got one of the last videos that he probably shot back in the day. Because he used to do music videos heavy, and then he transitioned from the music visuals to doing just straight movies and the TV shows with 50. So
that's what's up.
I think that was a great elevation for him.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of dope that y'all had one of the last products that I think that he probably shot before he made that transition, because I think Power actually started like right around that time when after y'all released that. I think right after that is when we started seeing that whole Power series start to transition, and then no more music videos from him.
Yeah.
He doing good with that too, man. Powers, all of that.
You know what?
Know what I'm saying?
I kind of ain't watched the new one, but I feel like I got to get back into it. I just, I really was kind of fucked up after, they killed my man's Ghost off. That shit fucked me up. I never really cared about it.
It was like, fuck it after that.
I'm like, man, y'all really let him go? I'm like, all right, man, y'all tweaking now. I don't even like it no more. But I be seeing episodes here and there of the other new series. I be catching it. I be in a barbershop somewhere, see an episode playing. I be like, damn, that shit do look kind of interesting. I'm going to have to jump back in. I really got to catch up with BMF. That's my shit right now, BMF.
Yeah, that's straight too. Y'all watch BMF? Power and all that?
I used to watch Power.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't watch Power, but I have a friend of mine
that gets into it. They used to have Power parties.
Nascent Beats. Maybe I shouldn't have said the name, but
nah, it's cool. Shouts out.
Shout out to Nascent Beats. Shout out to Chris. No, but he's done some music for the show, and he's done some things for it. So it's pretty cool.
Shouts out to 50. Me and my peoples, we got a little track for the Power 4 show that's out there. So, we do got to show some love. We've been getting some license work, some placements. 50 Cent is one of them, so shouts out to Cutting the Check. We appreciate that.
Definitely.
Definitely got to get a thumbs up for that one.
That's love. That's love.
So what can we expect from you, Miss JESSME?
That's such a great question. So,
What's coming up?
A lot more projects coming up with some incredible producers. One of them being probably the top person that I've been really wanting to work with, which is like John Lynx. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of him, but shout out to John. If you haven't heard any of his music, definitely check him out on Spotify. He's absolutely incredible. But he does a lot of house music, Afro house music. Yeah, he's really, really talented.
That's the thing, bringing house music back, all that. Boy,
I think that type
you know
of,
what I mean?
I think that type of music has no choice but to
Even
come
like
back.
the freestyle. I
'Cause
shouldn't
it-
be saying this, but they need to bring
it's
that freestyle
embedded into our
back.
soul. I
Well,
feel like.
house music came. It originated from Chicago, you know, and like for me personally, like being an artist, and at the time even living down in the city when I used to work for Man Cow Show and also bartending, like I was super deep in the scene where I was introduced to a lot of talented DJs like, Dustin Sheridan, Bucky Fargo. Let's see who else. DJ Infinity. Shout out to DJ Infinity. MySpace days, because honestly, like that's where I first found him, and he's absolutely incredible.
The elevation. Shouts out to the process.
Oh my
And the elevation.
goodness.
I salute to that.
Elevated, and he's doing absolutely incredible. But just to give you guys just a few of those examples, but those are a lot of the people that I saw growing up, and even in the Chicago like underground scene. So
Right.
it's only getting bigger. I just feel like it just really depends your style of your taste in music. But
Speaking of DJing, I heard you mention that you DJ.
I do. I have my
Females
USB.
DJing.
So we might need you to
That's what's
DJ
up.
some upcoming events. We might have to see what's up with
Let
that.
me know.
Ficky.
Let me know.
We're gonna need a
That would be
DJ
dope.
for the new spot probably.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna need that.
You need a girl DJ.
Yeah, you know what? It's crazy that you say that.
There's a lot
Girls is where it's at.
Let me tell you why I had a conversation with you maybe, and this was actually back at the lounge. And you remember we had this conversation inside of the lounge
Yeah.
when you told me that you were starting out DJing and you were going through that process. And you were like, Dre, the biggest thing is gonna be female DJs. And that
Why we
kinda-
didn't have her
that
DJ
kinda-
at the lounge?
She was in her.
I was just
she was
starting
just
off.
learning.
I was
she had
teaching
just bought
myself.
equipment.
You could have
She
came in there and
was,
practiced though.
You know,
We had Gucci in there practicing, man.
I guess you got a point, 100%. But like just thinking of that and having that in the back of my mind, I had booked a couple female DJs at some recent events, and when I tell you that those were some of the greater events, the females way of DJing is different because the female knows what other females want, and the people that want to be the most entertained are the goddamn females. If the females are entertained, everyone else is gonna have a good fucking night.
They need to feel it.
Who better than to entertain a
You know
female
what I'm
than a
saying?
woman?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I literally watched, and shouts out to DJ Curls. She definitely did her thing at one of my events. It was the way that she was able to read and analyze the crowd, and it was like she could read and see even females that were kind of stuck at the bar, kind of with the stuck little stance. It was like she played something, oh, that didn't move you, boom, she gon' and she found something.
Quick as
And when
hell.
she seen that head nod, I
Right.
watched it. She
She took
cut
off.
into their
Yeah.
ass, got their ass right there in the middle of the dance floor with everyone else. Now you got the crowd moving, it look good, and it's just, you know how to work the crowd. I think as a female, you got a little bit something that's above a lot of niggas, and niggas might not be knowing, like, damn. She look like she
When they
said,
come in
her
with
nigga
that,
must
yeah.
have just did this. Let me play this song. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, a female gotta know, because she played some joints. Shorty got right in the middle of that. Oh, yeah, she got them. And I seen it. I'm like, okay.
Definitely.
I see that.
I agree.
So, I think females DJing gonna be a new thing. Sorry,
They already taking over. You know it.
There's a demand.
There's a few out
There's
there.
a very high demand.
And if you can
And
really
they rocking
DJ,
shit.
like if you can really DJ, like it's a lot of fake DJing out here. Like you can really DJ, you know what I mean? It's a lot of fake DJing.
Don't ever
Oh,
hit
no,
the sync
gee.
button, DJs. Then you ain't really DJing.
Look what she said. You feel me? So if you
You
can
know,
really,
you know.
you can really get down, that's really a plus.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna have you do some upcoming
But
shit.
trying to tell you, D.
I got you. We're gonna have you do some upcoming shit.
Okay.
Watch, mark my words.
Just let me know.
So, what can the people look for, coming up from you? Where can they find you? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they want to know more about you, where they go?
That's a great question. So great place to go is you can go on Instagram, JESSME Music, and you can also find me on SoundCloud at JESSME. So if they want to hear any of my music, see any of my bio or any of my info, you can go on there and check it out.
You heard it first, No Filter Podcast. Hit the subscribe button. I say it's at the bottom left.
At the bottom, chill.
So that.